obviously everybody's talking about the pressure they have to try to get this series back even, but for you guys, no team has ever blown a 3-0 lead. If you guys have a chance to get 3 tomorrow, I guess, do you feel equal amount of pressure to be on the right side of statistics, I guess?
I mean, we haven't got a 3-0 lead, so, you know, let's just take it game by game. You know, we got to just continue to play Knicks basketball and then, you know, let the chips fall where they fall, you know, control the controllables, you know, and do everything we can to put ourselves in a position to win. And, you know, and if we could do that, then we'll live with the results.
Given the way the game's every lost, you're taking a 2-0 lead back home. What do you expect that crowd to be like?
I mean, the crowd, fans here have been amazing for us all year. So, you know, you expect nothing less from them, and they've been bringing us energy and that support that's needed all year for us to be at this point. So, shout out to our fans. You know, they really push us to new heights when they come out and support us like that.
You guys are listening behind you a little bit, but obviously last year you guys won first 2 games on the road in Denver, came back, and then won the extended. Is there anything that you can take from that experience that you can share with anybody about anything at all that might have been differently then to maybe be able
Don't take it for granted. Don't get comfortable. Don't take it for granted. Don't get comfortable. So you got to be as desperate as we've been these last 2 games in Game 3 and on. You know, never get comfortable with any success you're getting. Never too high, never too low.
You guys have played so well on the road. Is there something about it's like you guys against the world when you go away from
New York versus everybody, you're saying? Wow,
Exactly.
shout out. Nah, just I don't know. I think that we just, you know, we try to win every game, you know. So regardless if it's home or away, you know we rep in the city anywhere we at. So just always finding a way to go out there, play our best, put ourselves in a position to win and succeed is what we just strive to do every single game, every single night.
Apparently the ticket prices tomorrow were insane. Anyone asking for help?
That's a great question. That is a great
Last
question.
week, you knew how to get in there. People must know.
Who?
You were at the fight last week.
Yeah.
So you must know how to get tickets. Have people asking for help?
I got connections, man. I may know somebody for some Knicks tickets.
You good?
When you're watching the film, is there anything collectively that you feel like you guys can clean up to limit their offensive rebounds just over the last couple of games?
To limit their offensive
To
rebounds?
limit their offensive rebounds.
And then not just the film entirely.
Correct, just the offensive
Because
rebounds.
I was going to say, damn, the film, when you look at it, it says 20 points. You're like, damn, we ain't doing too well.
Offensive rebounds, yeah.
Offensive rebounds, I mean, just box out. I mean, it's just more of just an execution thing. I've kept telling you guys all the time that it's about executing at the highest level. You know, you're just executing, staying game plan discipline, staying disciplined for 48 minutes, doing those things that become monotonous, you know, and just finding a body, boxing out is something that, you know, we have to be willing to do for 48 minutes if we want to put ourselves in a position to win against a team like this. So, yeah, I think that we've watched the film, we've seen our mistakes, and we're just trying to clean it up as much as possible so we can be a better version of ourselves than we were the first 2 games.
I know you guys don't want to get too far ahead of yourselves. When you look on social media and you see fans cry.
See, the thing is, you looking on social media, I ain't.
Okay. So you don't see.
Hell nah.
How excited they are. I'll tell you, the fans are elated. You got people that are weeping.
Yeah.
The Knicks are winning. Just what type of pride do you guys have in giving that feeling back to the city?
I mean, that's all it's about. Like I said, you know, home or away, we know we rep in the city anywhere we at with that jersey. So we always want to make our city proud. We want to make the fans proud, you know, give them something to cheer for. You know, at the end of the day, most importantly, we want to make sure that the fans know that we gave everything we had that night, and we had that New York mentality, win or loss. So just doing everything we can, and like I said, to rep the city.
Before this series started, if somebody told you you're going to be 2-0 on the road, would you even believe that?
Yeah, why would I not? I mean, you know, we know we put the work in. We know what we have in this locker room, and you know we put, you know, we deserve to be in this moment, but we also know we don't deserve the moment yet. We haven't earned the right to capture the moment. You know, we have to do a lot more work playing one of the best teams in the NBA, and we know we can't relax at any point.
You said that you were in the shoot down 2-0 last year.
Yeah.
What do you expect from Boston from now this third game? What do you think you're going to get from that?
Same thing I saw from Denver last year, you know, even more desperation, and I think they're going to execute at a higher level. We can't, you know, we have to do our jobs, control the controllables, you know, game plan, offensive and defensive execution, game plan, discipline. You know, we got to, those are the things we can control. We got to do what we talked about, what we game plan for, and we got to execute at a high level. You know, that, like I said again, they're one of the best teams in the NBA. And they're the defending champions, so you expect nothing but their best every single night. And nothing should change.
That's one bar.
Kat, the scores have been so low. Is that just playoff basketball, or are you summoning, you know, your 90s Knicks, or what is? Why are you surprised? They did that low?
I think both teams have made each other miss shots. You know, and defense has been played at a high level. The intensity is at a high level. You know, it's just one of those things where both teams are very locked in trying to get a W, rep their city. And, you know, the game goes that way sometimes. You know, it's not going to always be 120 to 125. I think, you know, the game will just naturally play itself out, and both teams are trying to win. So maybe it's a 90-point win, maybe it's a over 100 game. You know, you never know.
Kat, if Porzingis can be 100% tomorrow and play a full game, what changes with a guy like that that's able to, you know, shoot the ball from so far at a high rate?
I mean, you know, it's one of the more talented big men in the NBA, and you know, when you have someone who's at that size who can shoot the basketball the way he does, you know, obviously presents a ton of problems. So, you know, like I said, we had 2 days. We've been game planning. You know, we've been able to look at the film, try to rectify the mistakes we've made in the first 2 games, and you know, we just want to present the best version of ourselves tomorrow.
You guys, the offensive rebounding for them has been part of the reason you guys have gotten well. I know it's like a product of switching, but also do you think some of that has been you guys surprised by how much they've missed and maybe a little too lackadaisical at times in getting those second efforts on the defensive plays?
I feel like they've been getting to obviously the offensive boards quick, and so we are aware of that, but it's just a different thing when in game when you're taking long shots, there's gonna be a lot of long rebounds. So I mean, the natural thing to do is to go in to around the restricted area, but with long shots comes long misses. So we gotta be able to be at the elbows, maybe not be as far in near the restricted area when it comes to the rebound portion.
I asked Kat the other day, even though you guys come up in this era of NBA basketball that's 3-point heavy, is it still super unnatural to not, like you said, go in and crash the boards? Is it still like that's something that's so ingrained from a young age that it's hard to?
Yeah, it's a habit.
Yeah.
We just got to work out of that habit right now, just with the way that they're offensive rebounding. So it's something we have to adjust to quickly.
What's the mentality when you were too early? You have to have going home now. Yeah, how do you play with that same urgency?
The mentality is 0-0. Don't even focus on that. Just focus on the next play, next quarter. And don't look ahead. Don't look to anything. You just gotta be focused on the task at hand and be present.
What do you expect the atmosphere to be like tomorrow? You guys coming in 2-0?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be crazy. The fans have always been supportive, and no matter what, and so yeah, I think it'll be a great environment.
Do people send you, or do you see the Jalen Brunson saved my life, or the Knicks?
I see it. Yes, I see it.
How does that make you feel when you see fans that are so overjoyed that this team is successful, and do you take pride in having a city that's really rallied behind this team?
Well, to the first part of your question, whenever I see stuff like that, I mean, positive or negative, you gotta flush it. So, I don't really want to get into that, but you can't really have a reaction to it. No, you can't react to the positive stuff and think like you're not going to react to the negative stuff. You have to kind of exclude everything. I'm just happy that I have an opportunity to play for a great organization in a great city, and it's just an opportunity that I don't take for granted.
You go from a place, not they didn't do it in Boston, where they're like really on you, you're the villain, and you're coming to a place where they just love you and adore you. I mean, in your mind, how does that change how you do anything, or does it change anything?
Whenever you get inside those lines, you gotta block out everything, regardless of what's going on. You just gotta focus on the little things, being out there with your teammates, covering for each other. You just gotta have a certain level of focus.
You've seen a lot of OG's defense over the last year plus, just from the last 2 games. What's really impressed you about the way it's translated that to this stage against this caliber of team?
Yeah, it's something he's always done, something he's always had, and so I mean, as a team, we're not surprised. We know what he's capable of. We just gotta have him continue to do it, and we gotta have his back because it's not easy. Those are great players over there, and so we gotta be able to help him out. But he's been doing a phenomenal job, and as teammates, we gotta help him.
Jalen, what's the key in your mind to avoid the runs that get out of hand and put you in a hole?
Offensive rebounding. Just making sure that we're coming out ready from the jump. Limit the runs, making sure that we're not having long lapses. Now, it's going to be times in the game where they want to run, but we got to snap out of it quickly and focus on our defense, our rebounding, and making sure that we're running, and realistically just focusing on each other.
So Villanova's in the international moves now. How cool is it that the focus from Villanova and Chicago?
Real cool. I'm just happy that we're getting noticed for being a good school.
Did you know that this was coming, or were you just surprised as everyone else? Like, when did you find out? How did you find out?
Probably found out as the same time you guys found out. I mean, I've been a little focused on something going on right now.
You weren't in the Vatican?
No, it's not a bad
That's unbelievable.
Had you known him, or?
Yeah, did you ever meet him?
No.
Did
No.
you know there was a guy from Villanova that could have been about?
I knew that I was focusing on the game on Saturday. It's really cool for him, and I'm very happy for him, but a little focused right now.
You're a man with some clout around here. The ticket prices tomorrow are going for numbers that we haven't seen. Anyone calling and asking for help?
I don't know. My good friends know not to ask.
Anytime or just tomorrow?
They know. Regardless, they know.
The games have been so low scoring. I mean, is it just because it's playoff basketball, or something you're like inner '90s Knicks or something, or that didn't surprise me about?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
The last 2 games between you guys have been pretty low scoring games.
Mhm.
Is that just the intensity of playoff basketball? The way shots are falling, not falling?
I feel like it's a mixture of a lot of things, but the game of basketball is unpredictable, and no matter what you prepare for, there's going to be things that happen that you're not really ready for. So you just got to go out there and just figure out how to attack it as best you can, regardless of whatever situation it is.
How different are they with Porzingis only playing half of what his normal minutes distribution is, and if you're expecting him to play maybe a fuller workload tomorrow, what would change if he's out there?
I mean, he's obviously a big difference, just because of what he's able to do for their team. Regardless of what happens, we gotta be ready. We gotta be locked in together. Can't leave anyone on the island. Like I said, having each other's backs for every situation, and then attack it together.
You talk a lot about like your relationship with pressure and how this is basketball and there's other things in life, but people are talking about Boston. This is an important game for them, but statistics show when a team goes up 3-0, they don't lose a series. Has that been brought up today? Is that something that's discussed and making sure you guys are locked in tomorrow? Just those statistics, being on the right side of statistics.
Talking about stats, whatever. No, we have not talked about that at all. No.
Did you see what Tim said about the cocaine from Villanova?
What do you say?
That now all you guys can atone for your sins.
Do you feel like the person is I think we're good.
Say it
Any
again.
more basketball questions?
Do you feel like the God is on your side now because all the fans been saying that yeah, the God is on our side?
I don't even know how to answer that. I don't even know how to answer that.
Jalen, when you look back at the
Last
film
one.
from the last couple of games for you personally, are you content with the type of shots you're getting, or do you feel like there's anything that you want to fix or work on to maybe get some more to fall early on in games?
Continue to shoot my shot. Do the things I work on. Continue to stay confident. I think that's the biggest thing. Just trust what I do. That's basically it. Yeah.